Hey everybody, happy Sunday, and it is unfortunately time to head home. I am packing up the last of the luggage right now in the car, and then my son and wife will be heading back into the Magic Kingdom. They actually do not have a flight until later on this evening, but as for me, I have a lot of driving ahead of me, so I need to hit the road. But before that, one last breakfast with the family. It was very bittersweet looking around the Pop Century Resort one last time for this vacation. I love this place. It is where I always stay for the most part when I do visit Walt Disney World. And as sad as it was, I do know I will be back this September, so I can't get too upset. But then, like I said, one last breakfast with the family before we did part ways for our journeys home. And of course, I had to get Mickey waffles one last time. They are delicious. And one other thing I always do before I check out is grab a copy of every single guide map. This is something I have been doing since 2010. I have a collection of these from every single vacation I've been on since then. They are really cool free keepsakes, great mementos, great souvenirs from your trip, and these are always changing. No two vacations have ever had the same maps. New events, new attractions, again, free great souvenirs. I always pick those up. And if you're wondering why I love this resort so much, need I say more? A Spice Girls VHS. How cool is that? And this was pretty amazing as well. They actually have a Star Wars CED. Not a Laserdisc, a CED. That is a pretty cool thing to see anywhere. So one other thing I had to do before I left was to pop into, no pun intended, Everything Pop, the resort's gift shop, because I had yet to take a look at their pin board. Not really seeing too much of anything amazing, but I did decide to trade away my orange bird for a pretty cool pin that I'm going to drop to the floor. That's about the 10th time I've done that this trip. Why can I not hold on to my pins? Anyway, traded it away for a pretty cool Stitch pin. Very happy about that. And on the way back to the car, of course, I had to do a little bit more sightseeing. And as I'm sure you can tell why, I am just such a big fan of this resort. That really cool Goofy there. You can walk through a gigantic foosball table. And wow, look at that gigantic Mickey phone. So amazing. These here were my son's favorites, the Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. He kept wanting to see those. But my favorite is right here, the gigantic Roger Rabbit. And luckily enough, this is the section of the resort we were staying in, so I got to see this every single day. But then on the way back to my car, I noticed something over this embankment through the trees, and could that actually be what I think it is? If this is what I think it is, this will be truly amazing, and oh my gosh, it is the Welcome to Walt Disney World sign. You cannot stop your car to take a picture of this. They have cameras up, you will get in trouble. But if you're at the Pop Century Resort, walk up this embankment and you can get yourself a photo. That is great. I never knew that was right there. So okay guys, it is time to leave Walt Disney World, and as absolutely heartbreaking as this is, I have to keep reminding myself I will be back in early September. It's only a few months away, it will be here before I know it. But okay, now on to the very long drive back home, about 17 hours according to the GPS, although it always seems to take me a lot longer, and that's probably because I do things like this, visiting Flagler Beach. I have never actually been to a Florida beach before, and I realized on the way home that for about an hour of my drive, I was within 10 minutes from many different Florida beaches. So I figured, why not check off this bucket list item? Now, of course, growing up on the East Coast, I've been to many, many beaches. I've, of course, been to and swam in the Atlantic Ocean many, many times, so this is nothing new. However, this is officially the most southern beach I have ever been to before. Again, just something I've always wanted to do, and now I can say I've been to a Florida beach, and that is awesome. Nothing too special though, looks pretty much like any Jersey or Delaware beach I've ever been to, but still, something a little bit different, a Florida beach, that is awesome. Again, just a bucket list item I can check off, that is fantastic. And then on the way back to the car, I walked past the Funky Pelican, which had this really cool chalkboard outside, that is awesome. And, oh, look what I found. I got some chalk, so of course, I had to do a little bit of self-promoting. Why not? So if you're in Flagler Beach, look for my website. That is awesome. And I also decided to drive a little bit down A1A just to say I've done that as well. So very cool. Then after a bit of driving, it was time to pee. So why not stop into the Jacksonville South Travel Center? Will they have movies? I don't know, but they do have a Millennium Falcon shaped table. That's amazing. And yes, of course, they did have movies. 3 for $20 or $8 each. An okay deal. I've never actually seen this King Kong artwork before. That's kind of cool. And of course, Omen movies are always great as well, but not really much that was speaking to me. Although I do suppose 3 for $20 would be an okay deal if you could find 3 multi-feature sets you wanted. And I did actually find one I was kind of interested in getting, but I only wanted that one, and for $8, not gonna do it. But Thief, I need it. Now, Rollerball I have, but Thief, I have to get in my collection. But for $8, I had to pass. And as far as the rest of their movies go, a little bit overpriced, nothing that was speaking to me, so once again, passed up on all of these. So now it was time to leave Florida and get into Georgia, then into South Carolina, and as you can see, it's still continuing to rain, and then welcome to south of the border. Yes, we are now on the North Carolina-South Carolina border, and of course, I arrive when everything is closed yet again. One day, I will get here when everything is open and I will do some shopping, but at least what was most important to me at the moment was still open: the bathrooms. So after south of the border, I needed to get some gas, so I pulled off the highway into this Exxon station straight out of a horror movie. There was no sounds other than the rain and some animals. This place was creeping me out. I actually almost pulled away and did not get gas. Alright guys, that about does it for the driving of today. I was not murdered at the Exxon gas station, but I am dead tired, so I gotta get some rest. I'm about halfway through North Carolina at the moment, but again, gotta get some sleep so I can get up nice and early tomorrow morning to continue my drive back to Pennsylvania. So as always guys, be sure to hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button if you want to see a brand new video from me every single day, and also check down below for links to Patreon, links to Spreadshirt, links to the Cinema Sickness Media Store and the Cinema Sickness Toy Store. Again, proceeds really do help out these videos, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.